हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू द वर्ल्ड ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल हब। स्टूडेंट्स, आज मैं आपके लिए लाई हूँ मोस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस केमिस्ट्री में से जो आपको हेल्प करेंगे स्कोर करने में 170 प्लस इन नीट। तो करते हैं वीडियो को स्टार्ट। उससे पहले अगर आपने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो जल्दी से चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ सैंड एंड आयोडीन कैन बी सेपरेटेड बाय। मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा बीच में पॉज लूँगी ताकि आप अपना ऑप्शन जो है वो अच्छे से चूज कर सकें। हेयर ऑप्शन सी सब्लिमेशन इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन। द मेजर प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म्ड इन द फॉलोइंग रिएक्शन इज ऑप्शन डी is the right option. Which of the following is an example of a heterogeneous substance? Here candle is the right option. Which of the following substances can be separated into its constituents by physical methods? Solid glucose is the right option. Assertion 1.231 has three significant figures and the reason is all numbers right to the decimal point are significant. Here the correct option is option D. Assertion is false but reason is true. While performing cathode ray experiments, it was observed that there was no passage of electric current under normal conditions. Which of the following can account for this observation? Option C. Air is a poor conductor of electricity under normal conditions. Which is not true with respect to cathode rays? Option C is the right option here. What is the optimum conditions required to study the conduction of electricity through gases? Option C, low pressure and high voltage. In discharge tube experiment, stream of negatively charged particles travel from cathode to anode. Millikan performed an experiment method to determine which of the following. Option B, charge of the electron is the right option. What is the number of electron transferred in an equation if the Nernst equation is this? Here you have to find the number of electrons and the option B, that is 6, is the right option. Find the number of electrons transferred in the equation. Here the chemical equation is given and you have to find the number of electrons that is transferred. And the option C is the correct option. Which of the following is ionic mobility independent of distance of separation between the electrodes? Which of the following statement is true regarding ionic speed? Here option B is the correct option. Which of the following complex compounds will have minimum conductance in solution? Option A is the right option here. Consider the following compounds. Hyperconjunction occurs in Option 2 is the correct option. In this equation, you have to find the correct decreasing order of pK. And the correct option is option 4. Arrange following compound in their acidic strength order. This is very important question. Option 1 is the correct option here. Which one is the correct order of acidity? Option 4 is the correct option. The compound that is most difficult to protonate is option 2 is the right option here. The radical is aromatic because it has 6 p orbitals and 6 unpaired electrons. Which of the following is more basic than aniline? Option B, triphenylamine. Which of the following carbohydrate is not a sugar? Cellulose is the right option. The alpha D glucose and beta D glucose differ from each other due to the difference in carbon atom with respect to its configuration. Which of the following reaction of glucose can be explained only by its cyclic structure? Option C, that is pentacetate of glucose does not react with hydroxamine. For Kp is equal to Kc, then delta N is equal to 0. Henry's law is applicable for gas solution of gas equilibrium. In which of the following equilibrium Kc and Kp are not equal? Here option A is the correct option. The solubility product of calcium sulfate is 6.4 into 10 raised to power minus 5. The solubility of salt in mole per liter is option C, that is 8 into 10 raised to power minus 3. The pK of acetic acid and pKb of ammonium hydroxide are 4.76 and 4.75 respectively. The pH of ammonia acetate solution will be option D is the correct option. The work done in case of isothermal free expansion is 0. If the volume of gas is reduced to half its original volume, then the specific heat will be remain constants. The enthalpies of combustion of methane, graphite and dihydrogen at 298 Kelvin are minus 890.3 kilojoule per mole, minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole and minus 285.8 kilojoule per mole respectively. Enthalpy of formation of CH4 in gaseous form will be option A is the correct option here. Which of the following is an extensive property? That is enthalpy. What happens in an adiabatic expansion of an ideal gas? That's temperature decreases. The heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius is called specific heat capacity. Which statement is true for an exothermic reaction? Heat is released to its surrounding. Now assertion, if a liquid solute more volatile than the solvent is added to the solvent, the vapor pressure of the solution may increase, that is PS is greater than PO. Reason, in the presence of a more volatile liquid solute, only the solute will form the vapors and solvent will not. Here option C is the correct option. Assertion is true but reason is false. Again assertion, when a solution is separated from the pure solvent by a semi-permeable membrane, the solvent molecules pass through it from pure solvent side to the solution side. Reason, diffusion of solvent occur from a region of high concentration solution to a region of low concentration solution. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Assertion, when sodium chloride is added to a water, a depression in freezing point is observed. Reason, the lowering of vapor pressure of a solution causes depression in the freezing point. Here option A is the correct option. That is, assertion and reason both are true and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Again assertion, when methyl alcohol is added to water, boiling point of water increases. Reason is, when a volatile solute is added to a volatile solvent, elevation in boiling point is observed. Here option D is the correct option, that is assertion is false but reason is true. Assertion, benzene diazonium chloride does not give test for nitrogen. Reason is, loss of nitrogen gas takes place during heating. Here both assertion and reason are true and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Assertion, methyl cyanide has higher boiling point than methyl isocyanide, and reason is, dipole moment of methyl cyanide is higher than that of methyl isocyanide. Here both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. The sum of the metal M's coordination compound and oxidation number in the complex, here the complex is given, they are 9. At 25 degrees Celsius, which of the following will not give a positive test for chloride with AgNO3 aqueous? Option C is the correct option. Which of the following claims regarding this is correct? Here, no unpaired electron, low spin. When AgNO3 is in excess is heated with complexes, these are the complexes. The right order of the stoichiometric of AgCl produced is in these compounds. Option B is the correct option. Identify the right statement in the relation option B, that is D2sp3 hybridization and structure is octahedral. Isomerism in the face and along the meridian will be demonstrated. Option A is the right option. The correct order of field strength among the ligands is option A. Coordination compound exhibit isomerism due to the presence of ambidentate ligand. These are the ligands. Are two types of palladium complexes. Here option A is the right option, that is linkage isomerase. Trunbul blue is ferrous ferricyanide. Which of the following shall form an octahedral complex? Here option D is the right option. All of these forms octahedral complexes. How many of sigma and pi bonds are present in the following molecule? Option A, sigma 5 and pi 4. Arrange the following in the increasing order of electronegativity. Option B is the right option. Which is the hybridization of this complex? Option A, sp and sp3 hybridization. The IUPAC name for this compound is, that is 1-chloro-4-methyl-2-nitrobenzene. Electronegativity of carbon atom depend upon their states of hybridization. In which of the following compound the carbon marked with asterisk is more electronegative? Option C is the right option here. In which of the following functional group isomerism is not possible? That is alkyl halides. The principle involved in paper chromatography is partition. Which of the following pairs are position isomers? That is second and third. What's the molecular mass of carbon dioxide? 44. Calculate the molecular mass of sucrose molecule. (342 AMU). What's the formula mass for sodium chloride? 58.5. A sample of carbon that contains 70% of carbon 12 and 30% of carbon 14, what do you think is the average atomic mass of this sample? That is 14. Which of the following elements has its electrons filling the 3d orbital first? Copper is the right option. Which principle states that no two electrons in an atom can have the same set of quantum numbers? Option A, that is Pauli's exclusion principle. Which of the following quantum number is not required to specify an electron in an atom? Option D, mass number. The formula for calculating the energy of an electron in the nth orbital is given by option B. Which of the following has the highest energy? X-rays. Assertion: a net reaction can occur only if a system is not at equilibrium, and the reason is all reversible reactions occur to reach a state of equilibrium. Here both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Assertion: the active mass of pure solid and pure liquid is taken unity. Reason is the active mass of pure solid and liquid depends on density and molecular mass. The density and molecular mass of pure liquid and solid are constant. Here both assertion and reason are true, and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Which of the following statement is true about an ideal gas? It obeys all the gas laws at all temperature and pressures. The empirical formula of a compound is CH2O. What is its molecular formula if its molar mass is 180 gram per mole. Option C is the right option, C6H6O3. The balanced chemical equation for the combustion of methane in oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water is option B, CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus water. What is the correct order of EM2 plus M degree value with the negative sign for the four elements, that is chromium, manganese, iron and cobalt? Option C is the correct option. What is the sequence of the melting point of copper, silver and gold? Option B is the right option. What happens when potassium iodide reacts with an acidic potassium dichromate solution? All of the aforementioned products are created. Which of the following is the dimagnetic ion? Zinc ion. What is B in this reaction? Option C. Arrange giving the sequence order of bromine, chlorine, fluorine and hydrogen combined with asymmetric carbon. Option C is the correct option. Chlorobenzene reacts with sodium metal in presence of dry ether to prepare diphenyl. The name of the reaction is option A, Fittig reaction. What is called CCl2F2? Freon 12. Give the correct decreasing order of densities. Option B is the right option. Which of the following is an example of a germinal halide? 1,1,1-dichloropropane is the right option. The hybridization of carbon attached to chlorine in benzene chloride is sp3. Among the given arrangement of halogen group, identify the appropriate order of the halogen based on the increasing order of nucleophilicity. Nucleophilicity in this, option A is the correct option. The source of nitrogen in Gabriel synthesis of amine is option D is the right option. The correct IUPAC name for this compound is option D is the right option. Ammonolysis is a type of dash reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. What is the most suitable condition for the ammonolysis of an alkyl halide? Option C is the right option. What is the correct order of reactivity of the following alkyl halide towards ammonolysis reaction? Option B is the right option. Which statement is not true among the following? Option B, that is amine yield alcohol on aqueous hydrolysis. Which of the following statement about primary amine is false? Option B is the right option. For carbolamine reaction, we need hot alcohol KOH and any primary amine and chloroform. Identify X in the sequence given. Option A is the right option. IUPAC name of the following compound is option A is the right option. Difference in density is the basis of gravity separation. In DNA, the complementary bases are option A is the correct option. Tertiary nitro compound do not tautomerize because there is no D hydrogen. So students, this is about MCQs. I hope you like the video. For more such these videos, please like, comment, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.